It is very similar to what we did on Friday. This is lesson 5-8, by the way, if you're looking in your book. And the only difference is the signs. On Friday, every pattern that we did, the final number, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but the final number, it was always a plus. And the only difference today is that the final number will always be a minus. Now, you might have a plus here and you might have a minus. But the only difference is the signs, which is going to make you need to think about how do we get the right signs. It's not just about the numbers, but more so about the signs. But other than that, it's the same pattern. So again, we're thinking of how can I undo or reverse the FOIL that I would have done to get this trinomial. The only way to get the x squared is from doing the first terms, x and x. The way to get the 20 is from doing my last two. So again, I've got 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5 as my possible factors. Now, when I do my outer and my inner, I need it to equal what this time when they combine? No, x is the variable. Remember that what we're looking for when we do the outer and the inner, I will have x's in there, but how many? What's the number I'm looking for that would be where this b is in this? What number?
1.
Good, 1, or in this case actually -1, right? I don't even have that 1 there. So I need it to make a -1, not just a 1, but a -1. So which numbers can I get a 1 from using? Angelo? 1 and 20 will not combine to make 1. Let me remind you, hold on, I see the hands. Let me remind you, if I do this, I get 20x and 1x, and there is no way to combine 20 and 1 to get it to equal -1. Please be quiet. You may raise your hand, but there's no need for everybody to talk or to tease somebody for making a mistake. Because I'll tell you, you've all made mistakes. Gabby, which numbers would work?
4 and 5.
Okay, 4 and 5. Now when I go outer here, I get 5x, and when I go inner like this, I get 4x. Now it doesn't, again, matter which one you put first, but it does matter what signs we use. How can I combine 4 and 5x to make -1? What signs do I need to use? Clarice, give it a try.
4x minus 5.
Okay, so a +4 and a -5 would make -1. If you do this opposite, it would be wrong. If I have a plus with the 4, I put a plus with my inner that I did. If I have a negative on the 5, I come back to this outer and I put the sign with the 5. Now let's do a quick mental FOIL check. First, x squared, yes, outer -5, inner +4. -5 and +4 makes -1x when I combine them. +4 times -5 for my last, positive times negative makes a negative. So you have to really think about how do I get the signs to make it so that it matches up to give me in the middle what I need from combining outer and inner. We're going to do a couple more. A squared plus 29a minus 30. The only way to get the a squared would be a times a. For 30, I could do 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 5 times 6. Which of those pairs might give me a middle combination from outer and inner of 29? Edmark? 1 and 30. Now again, let's try it. 30a from doing outer, 1a from doing inner. How can I make those combine to give me a positive 29? What sign goes where to get positive 29? Palo Este.
On the 1.
What sign?
Negative.
-1 and positive 30. Positive 30 and -1 makes positive 29, which is what I need. So I go, okay, this negative went with the inner, the 1a. This positive went with the positive 30a. Now let's check a times a squared. Positive 30, negative 1 does give me positive, and negative times positive gives me a negative. Okay, questions so far? Notice how it's very similar, right? It's just a slight difference. Okay, let me give you just one more. Let me see here. Hold on, I'm trying to find a good one. N squared plus 2n minus 6. And 6, I've got 1 and 6 or 2 and 3. What am I going to do? Will any of these numbers, if I put positives or negatives, combine to make 2n in the middle?
Wait.
Prime. None of them will work. 1 and 6, I could make 5. 2 and 3, I could make 1. Neither one of them is going to make a 2. But that won't equal 6 when I multiply the last. Right? Remember, Everardo, to get this last number here is from doing last. It's from doing this times this. So these pairs of factors are the only things that would work to multiply to make that number. 1 times 6 or 2 times 3. Right? Was that your look of understanding? Let's do one more. Last one, I promise. Maybe. Okay, let's go x squared minus 14x minus 32. You'll walk through your podcast, that'll be exciting. Okay, factors of 32. 1 and 32, 2 and 16, 4 and 8. Did I miss any? Thank you. No, I don't think I did. What could I try to use? Which pairs would make 32 that also could outer and inner maybe make negative 14? Ashlyn?
2 and 16.
Okay, good. 2 times 16 makes 32 if I do outer. Oops. 16x if I do inner, 2x. How can I make a negative 14x in the middle? Elizabeth?
Positive 2 and negative 16.
Good. Positive 2, negative 16. So I come up, I add those in. And here's sort of the shortcut if you're trying not to think too hard. Whatever sign this is goes on the bigger amount. Because when the signs are different, you would subtract and keep the sign of the bigger one. So the sign goes with whatever the bigger number is. That's it.